Blocks are limited in size. So every miner is saying, well, if I include this, I exclude that. That's the end of it. They have to make a choice. And it's not just done on top-down what pays the most fees. Because you'll see an Antpool block and now Brains blocks, which are basically the same thing, all have 1 sat per byte transaction fees in them in an environment where everything's higher. That's from Antpool's accelerator. So they're taking money out of band to include transactions in blocks that they want to include, that they get paid for another way. It's much less transparent, so their miners have even less of a way of figuring out, wait a minute, am I getting any of the money that went into what constituted the decisions around making this block?
Hey, wait a minute, am I getting any money that went in that block? Brains says no. Yo, your boy Rustin's here, and holy crap, a lot just went down at the Mining Disrupt conference in Miami. We got the most important bits to cover for you here, so whether you're a home miner or just care about the once-in-a-civilization monetary revolution and securing your generational wealth, you better pay attention because this shit matters. Where were you when the first block was mined by the revolutionary ocean pool? Are you only in it for the money? Are you not taking the high ground in your role as a guardian to protect the Bitcoin mothership? Nah, I'm just playing. Stay until the finish, guys. I know what you're here for. You're here to get rich, biatch.
I'm rich, biatch.
Now let's get to it.
Party, that party. Come and have a good time with G.O.D.
If you have hash rate, what I would say is that if you are not paying attention to what templates the pool you're connected to is creating and deciding whether or not it fits with your philosophical approach, then shame on you. I think that when you become a miner, that there's a certain responsibility to, I like to call it protect the mothership, that, we're all somewhat guardians of this thing too, that you can't make every decision based on short-term economic results, that the long-term matters a whole bunch too. But also, let's say you own stock in a public miner. What pool are they connected to? You're voting with that stock purchase. And if that public miner is connected to a pool that you don't agree with the decisions they're making, then, sell your stock. Or if you love what they're doing, buy more.
Hey, welcome back to the most bullish Bitcoin news show on the planet. I'm your chief propagandist, Rustin. You guys know in real life, there's so many times you have to trust and can't verify. But as Bitcoiners, we don't trust, we verify.
And modern problems require modern solutions.
And that's what makes this new mining pool, Ocean Mining, so special, because their miners can actually see the block templates they use and verify they're getting paid the transaction fees they deserve. Gotta say, I'm pretty jealous Nico and Opti got to go see this miner here. Is this like in the future? What is this? Gonna be like the Liberty Bell in a few years?
Barefoot had the honor of having one of its machines mine the first block. And what's really unique is that we can identify the exact machine that mined the block. And that's a really unique aspect of Ocean, because there's something like just under 850,000 blocks that have ever been mined. And for the most part, we don't know what hardware mined any one of those, because none of the other pools report what machine or even what company mined the block. So we're able to do this, and in my mind, it's one of the coolest pieces of Bitcoin history, and something we're really proud of, that we can say forever that we were part of the block. Right now, there are about 6 million servers out mining blocks. The vast majority will never find a block, but we have one here that actually did.
We got the Ocean booth, and here's the ASIC. Here's the ASIC that made history right here. A round of applause, everybody.
All right.
That's Bitcoin history right here.
Okay, here we go. This name is a mouthful. I'm gonna try to sound it out. Clamidia. No, wait, that can't be right. That can't be right. Excuse me. Ludmila Kozlovska. Boom, nailed it. This is her down in Miami at Mining Disrupt, and she's out here making the case for why we should protect privacy and freedom technology like Bitcoin.
This is the reason why I'm defending Bitcoin in front of regulators. We're using the same our advocacy, what we defend political prisoners and people who torture, freedom of speech for freedom technology. And one of my main points that we have to defend developers, we have to defend Bitcoin miners, we have to defend privacy payment and fundraising instruments. Otherwise, we as societies will lose these instruments. Right now, one of the main tools to manipulate and actually put pressure, political pressure, it's money. And this is the reason why we have to protect freedom, technology, and Bitcoin.
Look, do I need to take you guys to school? Do I need to teach you 10th grade math? Inflation is real. Inflation, it's here. Prices are way up. They're not going down. We need Bitcoin now more than ever. I know you autists always send your mommy to the store, but do you even know the price of chicken tendies these days?
I feel like I'm gonna be sick. I just looked through my Walmart history and I found this Walmart order from 2 years ago for the whole month worth of groceries. 45 items cost $126. A whole month of groceries just for me, basically. But I did notice this reorder all button and I wanted to see how much it would cost now. Now? This order of 45 items for 1 month would have cost $414. That is 4 times more. How the how? What?
Are you going to step up and be the vanguard to usher in the Bitcoin revolution? Are you going to make sure that we get to the gates of Valhalla shiny and chrome? Well, Jack Mallers is ready. I got a clip for you and you're going to love this. But before we roll it, let's take a quick second to recognize our sponsors, the Bitcoin Way. Bringing over 25 years of experience in cybersecurity, the Bitcoin Way is your IT team in the Bitcoin world. They'll help take you from that why Bitcoin to the how Bitcoin. From setting up your first wallet node all the way up to inheritance planning, accepting Bitcoin payments for your business. They cover all aspects of Bitcoin security and privacy. They even work with their clients to configure routers, devices, and networks. Also, not to mention UTXO management, in short for everything in Bitcoin sovereignty and privacy related. They are your go-to source. You're gonna die one day. Boom! Yeah, that's right. I said it and Jack Mallers said it too. But Jack's impending death is what makes him bullish on Bitcoin. Now listen closely to what he's about to say.
I like to compare the guarantee and promise of Bitcoin as a fixed money to the guarantee and promise of death and that we can't live forever. What I mean by that is that the fact that I'm going to die and I know I'm going to die is what allows me to value my life. If I knew I could live forever, I'd go to the gym in 10,000 years. I'd think about reproducing in 100,000 years. Yeah. Why would I? The point is, how would I ever be able to value today? If there's infinite amounts of dollars, infinite amounts of debt, infinite amounts of printing currency, it doesn't allow me to value the paycheck I'm getting now. And so the promise that I will die is what allows me to value my life. Time as an asset is infinite, but my time isn't. And it's the promise of Bitcoin, the fact that I have a money that is fixed that actually allows me to value my time and energy right now. And so when you hear Bitcoiners say, I got into Bitcoin, I got healthier. I got into Bitcoin, I lowered my time preference. I got into Bitcoin and I thought about the world differently. It is going from a life of infinity, which is impossible to value, to a life that is finite, that requires you to value it. To me, it's just a life-altering technology and an advancement in money, which is how we capture, exchange, and save time and energy between each other.
See, Bitcoin isn't just an advancement in money. It's a life-altering technology. Now, you guys tell me, how has Bitcoin changed your life? Let us know in the comments below. Now, I want you to listen to Giga Chad Saylor himself from that latest interview with Robin Sayre. This is probably my favorite portion of that interview, but he said he was ready to retire, to just walk away and disappear from history. Come on, you Dorito-crusted Mountain Dew margarita drinkers. Are you going to get seduced by Bitcoin? Is your boy Rustin singing that sweet song that draws you in? You raise me up so I can stand on the mountain. Ah, fuck it. Let's just stick with Saylor. Roll it.
When I discovered Bitcoin, or when I first bought Bitcoin, I was ready to retire. I thought I had served more than 30 years as a public company CEO. I thought, I have nothing left to prove in the world. There's not much for me to do. I'll just go ahead and retire and gracefully disappear from history. And Bitcoin plopped itself into my life and first teased me and then seduced me. And then it dragged me onto that stage today, right? And so I was dragged onto a world stage, and I found myself now, instead of quietly retiring, I was now drawn into a role of advocacy, such that I would get on a plane and fly to Sao Paulo, or fly to Uruguay, or fly to Prague, and obsess over things that I never need to obsess over. And it gave me a mission, and I felt compelled to do it. Bitcoin serves us all up a mission if we listen carefully to what it has to tell us.
We're here to separate money from state. As our Lord and Savior Nico says, it's not red versus blue, it's green versus orange. And as Ted Cruz says, Bitcoin breaks up the government monopoly on money. Listen to what he says. Do you want more guns or more butter?
The fact that there are only going to be 21 million Bitcoins is a big damn deal. That there's not some politician tomorrow who can say, I want more guns, I want more butter, let's make 22 million. That would be a disastrous development for Bitcoin.
Hey, make no mistake, folks. They can't call you paranoid if they're really out to get you. Elizabeth Warren is coming for your Bitcoin, which is why you gotta ask, is your Bitcoin really secure? Go ahead and listen to Bitcoin mining Teddy Cruz and his warning from Mining Disrupt.
Elizabeth Warren is totally wrong when it comes to Bitcoin and just about everything else. Elizabeth Warren hates Bitcoin for the same reason the Chinese communists hate Bitcoin, because they cannot control it. This all comes down to who has the power.
Hey, if you guys have been watching my show, of course we can't trust any politician, but how do you not love what Trump has to say here?
I will keep Elizabeth Warren and her goons away from your Bitcoin.
Thank you, Orange Man. Now, these fraudulent bankers really are the worst. Listen to the OG Max Kaiser from 10 years ago advocating for going medieval on them. Are you sticking your neck out? Do you wish you could have been Russell Brand 10 years ago listening to this advice from Kaiser? Maybe after watching this clip, it'll deter the bankers from committing some fraud this week.
Personally, the economy is based on the creating more and more, we say, paper assets and debt, and not on productive assets and wages. And as a result, this huge schism has opened up. And the ecology, unfortunately, now is also collapsing as a result of this.
Right, okay. So things like Wonga, get rid of them altogether.
They should be burned at the stake. They should burn the Tower of London. It's right over there. When they had people like Wonga, a couple hundred years ago, they would be taken to the tower and beheaded. I mean, that is a deterrent. If there's no deterrent, then bankers will continue doing what they're doing. Beheading, historically, has been a deterrent.
Historically, beheading works.
It works.
So, all right. So, Max, you've got two policies.
Don't mollycoddle the bankers. Don't say, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Banker. Is there something I can get you? Oh, you're just a little baby in the woods. Just because you committed massive fraud doesn't mean we're going to penalize you. Please, Mr. Banker, don't hurt my house price." No, they should be taken down the tower, and their heads should be chopped off, so that other bankers see that and say, "You know what? Maybe I won't commit fraud this week." Maybe the executives of Wanda won't be thinking, "Hey, how do we rip the system off by gaming the system and sending out fake lawyers again? Because Joey, our CEO, his head is not a pipe over there by the Tower of London."
We're the smart ones. We're opting out. We're front-running the U.S. government. The U.S. government just sent 3,940 Bitcoin to Coinbase. What are they doing? Choosing poor. They're not going to make it if they keep selling their corn. We are the stewards of Bitcoin. We're ushering in the peaceful revolution, not the state. State never has. Like a bad case of herpes, Bitcoin just keeps coming back. And let that itch in your nether regions remind you that it's time to stack more corn.
Dirty mother.
Hey, like, subscribe, smash that bell. Check out the Mining Disrupt content we got going on the channel. Hey, I hope you guys like this one. Be sure to share the Sound Money Gospel. Set those notifications. We're going to be coming at you 3 to 4 times a week at 3:21 Eastern Standard Time. So stay tuned and don't miss the #1 live Bitcoin-only news show on YouTube, Simply Bitcoin Live with Nico and Opti, bringing the heat with Bitcoiners from all over the world. And they're coming at you at 12:15 Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. If you guys want to stay informed on all things Bitcoin, head over to Twitter. Give us a follow. We just hit 60K over there. The team is absolutely killing it. Love and appreciate you guys. Don't let the status stifle the signal over here. Help give us a pamp. And remember, drunk, fat, stupid, and poor ain't no way to go through life. Maximize yourself and maximize your unconfiscatable wealth. I'll catch you next time. Peace.
If you prefer to go down with the ship, fuck you.